Okay, when the Basi Legani, Basi Legani Tovshin Chav. Here in the copies, it's page 286. Okay, the last thing the Rebbe was explaining was the word of the Baal Shem Tov, that false humility causes a person to be far away from Hashem, to the extent, like the Gemara says in the Chayim of Kulis, that the destruction of the Beis HaMikdash came about because of his false humility. And then what we're in the middle of now, the Rebbe explains that when you don't have false humility, then you end up serving Hashem b'simcha. And not only do you serve Hashem b'simcha, but when it says that the king kisses you on the lips, it means the essence of the kings, which is Malchus, the way it is in the source, not the way Malchus is lower than all the other spheres, but the way Malchus is higher. Okay, so we're up to 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 lines to the bottom of 286. This is also what the Baal Shem Tov says. If a person would believe in Hashem and he believes that what he does accomplishes, he would be able to serve Hashem with abundance from all good. Like it's known, the Pirush HaKosev, in the Teichacha it says that why do all these punishments come to the Jewish person? Because he didn't serve Hashem b'simcha v'tuv leivav merev kel. So the Arizal translates it, by the way, before we go in what the Rebbe is explaining. The Arizal says, the Rebbe brings this down in Tanya, by the way, but the Rebbe doesn't say what the Arizal says. He says, like, it's known the Pirush of the Arizal. The Baal Shem Tov says, why do the clawless come on the person, the curses? Because they don't. You don't serve Hashem. When you serve Hashem with simcha, then you do from the simcha of Gashmias. When you have abundance of Gashmias, a person's really happy. So it says, when you serve Hashem, you don't have that level of simcha. And because of that, all the curses come. But he says, because you don't serve Hashem with the same simcha as you do when you get Gashmias. The Mishnah says, 1 hour, 1 minute, 1 turn of tshuva ma'asim tevim in this world is better than the whole elam haba. I know she'elam haba in bechinas koil. Olam haba is the level of koil. What does it mean? She'koil kol doesn't mean everything. It means kolel. It includes everything. She'koil kol tainugem ha'yisrael yenim. It includes all the higher spiritual pleasures, like it says, kichol b'shemayim bodes. L'chein, yof ha'shachas b'tshuva ma'asim tevim be'elam hazeh. 1 minute, 1 hour of tshuva ma'asim tevim in this world is better merev kol, meaning from all of elam haba. Fishayidei avoda be'elam hazeh, because by serving Hashem in this world, na'asam shachas la'atzmas, you bring down the essence, meaning like this. Like he just got through saying from the Baal Shem Tov. When you serve Hashem b'simcha, you bring down the essence of Hashem. That is better, Meirav Kol, from Gan Eden, from Olam Haba. Like the Mishnah says, 1 Shuva Ma'asim Tevim in this world is better than all Olam Haba.
How do you bring the essence of Hashem from sin?
He said last week, yesterday we learned. Not false humility to know what when I am nobody, can accomplish when I do a mitzvah, I change the whole universe. So if a person knows that, so to speak, by pressing one button, they can change the whole universe.
That gives him simcha.
Of course it's simcha. He's happy, look what he can accomplish, look how great he is. That this little nothing that I am, can accomplish a tremendous great thing.
And that brings the essence of Hashem.
That's what he said yesterday from the Baal Shem Tov.
Doing any mitzvah brings that blessing.
That's exactly what he's saying, but when you do it with simcha, it's alive.
Oh, but the simcha is not the one that brings the essence. It's the mitzvah that brings it.
The simcha breaks the barrier of the mitzvah to make it the infinite.
So the mitzvah done without simcha doesn't bring the
No.
essence of Hashem?
No, it doesn't.
It does?
It doesn't. Now, the revelation of that level is only through simcha.
The revelation, but the essence comes, you do a mitzvah whether you do it with simcha. No?
Yeah, but it's a dead mitzvah that you don't get anything out of.
If you give a charity, did you bring the essential action?
Did you what?
You gave a charity.
No.
Did you bring down the essence?
Yeah.
Without, you weren't happy. You weren't.
That's the problem. People, the more they give, the happier they should be.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Instead of complaining.
I love the happy aspect of it. I'm just saying the happy is not what brings the essence. That's the first time I hear it.
You didn't hear a lot of things.
No, you do a mitzvah, you do bring the essence of Hashem.
But he says,
maybe you don't feel
says,
it,
the Baal Shem Tov said before that it has to be the simcha.
Yeah, but the mitzvah brings the essence of Hashem.
But when you do it b'simcha, the mitzvah is alive.
Fine, but
Okay.
even if you didn't do it,
So let me ask you a question. If I bring down the essence of Hashem, why do I have to do b'simcha? Why? What does it do? What does it accomplish?
That's the better way to do it.
Why? I'm bringing down the essence of God. God's here. Who cares?
You do Hashem b'simcha, you have to do b'simcha.
Why? Why do I? What does simcha accomplish?
Because we recognize that when we do a mitzvah, we accomplish so much that brings us to the simcha.
Because number one, when you do a mitzvah b'simcha, you do it better. Number one. When you're happy about doing something and you do it much better than you do it because you have to do it.
Full intent.
Not only that, simcha breaks the barriers. So if I am serving Hashem with simcha, I break. Why is it so important if there's Hashem b'simcha? Why is it so important to serve Hashem with simcha? Because I'm limited, Hashem's unlimited. How do I tap into the unlimited? So when I do it with simcha, I break barriers. Simcha peretz geder. Simcha breaks barriers. So when I do something with simcha, I break my personal barriers, and there I can tap in better to the essence of Hashem. Yeah, you could bring a mitzvah, a dead mitzvah into you too. But it's not a living mitzvah. And that's what simcha does. When a person does it with simcha, then Hashem comes down also in the way that he wants to be there. Not that he has to be there. There's a big difference.
It obviously brings more enthusiasm, empowers it.
And therefore Hashem comes down with more enthusiasm, so to speak.
Goes extra mile.
Yeah. What?
We spoke about the Baal Shem Tov, how he interprets the call. How did you say the Arizal interprets it a different way?
Now here the Rebbe is speaking in a positive way. That Avodas Hashem Hakecha b'simcha v'tuv levov is better Meirav Kel than Gan Eden, Olam Haba. Now Arizal says, why do the curses come in a negative way? Why do the curses come? The pasuk says, Tachas, because you don't serve Hashem with the same simcha Meirav Kel from the abundance of Gashmias.
That was the Baal Shem Tov.
No, that's not Arizal.
Oh, Arizal.
Okay, so he says, bottom line, this is what he says in the Maamarim. In the continuation of the paragraph, the beginning, the initial reason of creating world. And Hashem wanted the dwelling place down here, meaning we bring down the essence of Hashem. Now, in other words, when you say that when a Jew does, Hashem wanted a dwelling place meaning dwelling to his essence, like you said, we learned before. Where? Down here. That's the purpose of creation. So how does it work in a practical way? Hashem created the Tachtainim. Hashem created this low physical world. That there's that there's nothing lower than it. Okay? When we do a mitzvah, we complete the dira b'tachtainim. In other words, wow, Hashem's essence is all over. How do we reveal the essence of Hashem? That's when we do a mitzvah. When you do a mitzvah, you reveal the essence of Hashem. That is the purpose of creation. That Hashem's essence could be revealed. Hashem's essence is here whether there's a world or not a world. There is Torah, no Torah. The essence of God is here anyway. He's all over. But in order to make it a dwelling place, meaning where you reveal yourself as is, the way you really are, that is the job of the Jew. That's the purpose of creation.
Why do you say his essence, not other aspects?
The essence is the essence.
Very ambitious.
Yeah. That's what God's very ambitious.
I mean, the mitzvah is part of comes from the essence of Hashem.
The mitzvah brings down the essence of Hashem because all mitzvahs are connected to the essence. Therefore, when we do a mitzvah, there's an expression in Chassidus, kol ha-mitzvahs misyachzim elo atzmos. All mitzvahs identify with the essence. So, because this is what Hashem wants, so therefore, when a person does a mitzvah, they actually reveal the essence of God down here that the spiritual worlds cannot reveal, because any revelation is already description, limiting, and therefore that's why it says etzem biltin is galam. An essence can never be revealed, because when the sun, the light of the sun is revealed, it's not the sun, and that's why you wouldn't get burnt in the light like you would being in the sun. It reveals the essence, but it can't be the essence. The uniqueness over here is when a Jew does a mitzvah, they reveal the essence of Hashem to such an extent that the essence becomes revealed. That will ultimately be when Mashiach comes. Which means like this. Let's go a little bit back in Chassidus 101. Remember we learned the concept, it's called Tzimtzum Harishon. The initial removal of godliness, because like it says, when God created the world, the infinite God was revealed. And therefore worlds couldn't exist. If you have an infinite revelation of God, you can't have a finite creation, because any revelation of infinite is infinite. Correct? So therefore, what did God do? Kaviyachol. He moved himself off. He removed himself. And then he revealed the Kav, which is the limited level of godliness. Okay?
He revealed then what?
The Kav, the line, meaning a limited level of godliness. Now, yet, when Mashiach comes, that essence that couldn't be revealed all the way at the beginning of creation, therefore Hashem had to do tzimtzum, which is removal, that level is going to be revealed. Now, if the world didn't handle it before, how could the world handle it when Mashiach comes? So the answer is very simple. Torah mitzvahs make the world a vessel for that essential revelation. Before the Torah mitzvahs, the world couldn't, a finite world cannot handle infinite. After we do Torah mitzvahs, which by the way, when a person does a mitzvah, they are joining infinite with finite. We're finite, we bring down infinite God into the world, into ourselves. So we are uniting infinite and finite that at the beginning of creation couldn't be. Which means Matan Torah accomplished when Hashem came down on Har Sinai and he says, now you do a mitzvah, the physical world becomes holy. So our doing Torah mitzvahs now makes the world the vessel that when Mashiach comes and the essence of Hashem wants to be revealed, it would be able to be revealed. You don't need Otzimtzum.
So essence of Hashem is not revealed through mitzvahs because Etzem built in the scale, because Etzem cannot be revealed. So we do it now. When Mashiach comes, it will be revealed. Or when we do it with
No. We do it now.
But when we do it with simcha,
Let me say, we do it now. It's revealed. We don't see it,
right?
but it's revealed. Don't say it's not revealed. It's revealed.
But when we do it with simcha, even now,
It's more lively.
it's
Accelerate.
it's in a certain way. It reveals that it's a real thing. I mean, I'm just talking in human terms. It reveals that it's a real thing.
No,
What?
it reveals that we're real. That we mean it.
Doesn't reveal
You're
that
alive.
Hashem exists. That
No.
Hashem is real.
Simcha, no.
No, doing a mitzvah with simcha.
Doing
So
a
it's
mitzvah.
just Kabbalah soul. It's not human.
Simcha is not for him. Simcha is for us.
I need somebody who reveals that a certain aspect of a mitzvah that if you don't do it with a mitzvah,
If you want to bring down the essence of Hashem into the world, yeah? If you want to do it properly, you need to break your barrier, which is simcha. You have to love doing it. You have to enjoy doing it. You have to be happy about doing it. That level reveals that essence of Hashem into the world. Greater than if I have to do it.
When a Jew knows that when he does the mitzvah, it accomplishes so much, it will automatically brings the Jew to simcha.
It's a catch-22.
Right.
Correct.
that's what we said yesterday. That's what we said yesterday.
The simcha, when I do a mitzvah b'simcha, why am I doing the mitzvah b'simcha?
Because you break the limit.
Because that's what I'm doing. So I'm simcha before I do it.
Because what?
Because I know that I'm bringing down the essence of God into the world.
Right. Makes you happy.
Yeah? Before you do it even.
Yeah.
Because I understand what I'm accomplishing. Then, when you did it, why is mitzvah gereres mitzvah? And avera gereres avera. Mitzvah, the Mishnah says in Pirkei Avos, right? Mitzvah schleps another mitzvah. Engenders. As long as it's not transgender. It engenders, whatever that means. It engenders another mitzvah. Why? It's very simple. I do a mitzvah, I become holier, I become closer to Hashem. I'm on a higher level, it's easy to do another mitzvah. I do a sin, I lower myself into a lower level. Once I'm lower, it's easier to do another aveda. It's very simple. It's not Kabbalah, it's logical. But that's what Alter Rebbe defines schar mitzvah mitzvah.
It's family.
You don't have to pay double because you're stealing in broad daylight. You're a gazlan.
I want to bring you friend.
I know. I'm not that stupid.
Rabbi, is there a different...
One second, let me just say. Schar mitzvah mitzvah, simply, it says mitzvah gereres mitzvah, schar mitzvah mitzvah. So simply, the world learns the reward of a mitzvah is that you're going to be able to do another mitzvah. Thank you. The reward of a mitzvah, you're going to be able to do another mitzvah. That's because mitzvah puts them together. Mitzvah gereres mitzvah, schar mitzvah mitzvah. In Chassidus, Alter Rebbe and Tanya and all over Chassidus explains, no. Schar mitzvah doesn't mean mitzvah that you do another mitzvah. Schar mitzvah, the reward of the mitzvah is the mitzvah. The mitzvah is the binding and connection. Therefore, when I do a mitzvah in this world, it's greater than Olam Haba. Olam Haba is only the reward which is defined as a ray of the Shechina, Ziva Shechina. When I do a mitzvah, I'm binding myself to the essence of Hashem. The reward of the mitzvah is the binding to Hashem, to the essence. Now obviously when you do it b'simcha, it's more me. I'm more involved in it. So there's more of me involved rather than just bored and no choice I have to do it. But
Is there a difference between essence of Hashem and other part of the Hashem? It cannot be.
the essence is the essence.
It has to be the same. Hashem is all over.
So this brings down what Reb Sadi Goin writes. Ha'etzem shatefis b'miksasei atatefis b'kulei. In the essence, when you have part of it, you have the whole thing. meaning the simple mashal Chassidus gives. You cut an apple in half. Yeah? You eat the half of the apple. Now, do you only taste half the apple's taste? You don't taste half of it. You're eating half an apple, so you should be tasting half the taste. That's ridiculous. Why? Because the taste of the apple is the essence of the apple. Any piece of the apple that you take, you have the whole essence of the apple. You have the whole taste of the apple. And the texture and everything else. So, by Hashem, what do you mean that's all it is the essence. And that's what he remember when he said before, why did Hashem create the world? So the Eitz Chaim says, to reveal his powers and the nature of good is to do good. And the Rebbe says, that's all in the revealed aspects of Hashem. In the revelation of Hashem, there's a purpose of creation because he wants to show his powers, to reveal it, he wants to, the nature of good is to do good. But in the essence of Hashem, the purpose of creation was because he wanted dir v'tachteinu. Because when Hashem reveals his powers, that's revelations, not the essence. Okay? And therefore, by the way, Chassidus brings down the difference between, there's different levels of hashpah, of sustenance. You have a teacher teaching the student, and you have a father creating a child. Now, when a teacher teaches students, he's teaching what he is knowledge, but it's not his essence. It's not his essence. It's only a revelation of the teacher, his knowledge. It's not the essence of the teacher. When a father creates a child in the seed, in the tipa, is the whole essence of the father. Therefore, when you teach a student, they don't look like you, necessarily. I mean, it's nothing. Sometimes, by the way, students mimic the mannerisms of the teacher. So sometimes you see students, but it doesn't reveal the essence. The Hashpah of Av and Ben is more than Rav and Talmud. Rav and Talmud, he's only giving seichel. It's a revelation. It's not the essence of the teacher. Av and Ben, the father gives the essence to the child. It's an extension of the father. Okay, weiter. Okay, 287 on top. Okay, I'm sorry, second line. Mitzat and Nasa Aveda B'Perel Bati Shitim. And by bringing down a logos, that's why the Mishkan that every person has to create within themselves is the level of Ati Shitim. In the original Basi Legani, okay, the Rebbe mentioned it briefly also. In the original Basi Legani, it says, why was the Mishkan built from Ati Shitim? Shitim would, why beside? Who cares? Because Shitim comes with Shtus. And the Veda of the Mishkan was to transform Shtus of evil to Shtus of Kedusha. And therefore, like he says, what were the boards of the Mishkan called? Kroshim. Singular, Kaddish. Kaddish is the letter Sheker. So what is the Mishkan? The role of a Jew is Habcha, transformation. You take Shtus of the world to Shtus of Kedusha. By the way, it doesn't say you kill Shtus of evil. You transform Shtus of evil to Shtus of Kedusha. You transform Sheker to Kaddish. That's the concept. When you transform Chayshich to Or, it's a much greater. So he says like this: Shomash and his body mishtus to Lumazet. What we find from the Shtus of the world, and it becomes Ati Shitim Eimdim. The pasuk says, occasionally you were standing upright, meaning, by the way, you didn't put the boards horizontal. They're Eimdim, vertical, right? But in the Friedrich Rebbe's Maamarim, the Rebbe is saying it here, Eimdim is the same letter as Amudim, pillars. Ati Shitim Eimdim means Amudim. Shemachab and it's by Magad. What's the purpose of a pillar? To connect the ceiling with the floor, right? Higher and lower. What does Shtus transformation do? It connects world with Elokus. Shon Yechi B'Reilam Im Elokus, which is the binding of the world with Elokus, that it becomes a dwelling place for Hashem in this world, to the essence of Hashem. Okay? So the Rebbe is explaining that this whole Aveda, starting from what the Baal Shem Tov said about the false modesty, and false modesty can destroy the world, because you need to understand what you accomplish. And when you realize what you accomplish, you do it b'simcha. And what are you accomplishing? You're bringing down the essence of Hashem into the world. The essence of Hashem into the world. And then you transform the shtus of evil to shtus of kedusha, sheket to keresh, and you bring down the essence of Hashem in the world. What?
Just a side point. The purpose of Amudim is, it's only a fringe benefit of a being to connect the roof to the floor.
No, that's the purpose of the being.
That's not the purpose is to hold up the building.
How?
The roof is sitting on the Amud. Its purpose is not to connect the roof to the floor. That doesn't accomplish. I mean, it's a toitza. It's like as a result of your real desire to hold up the building.
In Aveda though, it's the purpose not to hold up. By the way, it's also true.
I'm just saying.
Who holds up Alukus? Karmini Lachmi, the bread. What keeps Hashem in the world? What maintains Aton Kodesh Sheshik Tisisrael Dam Alamayla Mimoch? So not only does it connect heaven and earth,
So
it actually holds. Yeah. Godliness is held up, so to speak, not by gunpoint. Is held up by term mitzvahs. Okay, I got to stop.
Sure. 7:13.
I know. I shouldn't have had to share it all, by the way.
But